And now that they're coming out in the Energon universe, that's made me incredibly excited. But one book I've been trying to find for a year that wouldn't cost me a bunch of money was the Energon universe #1 from last year that had Matt Tracker on the front of it, and ended up stumbling into it. A guy gave it to me for $40, so I only had to pay $40 ship for that instead of the 85 that everybody else is asking for it. And I'm hoping that the big book that just came out this year, I'm hoping that it ends up being a whole lot cheaper than what it was. But
can I see that again?
That's what I'm going to start off with. Always mask.
Hold on, guys. Sorry, I was trying to make you bigger within the picture, but I could have done that.
There we go.
Show that book again.
Yeah, now show that book. That is cool. So Mask is involved in the Energon universe?
Yes, they have their own book will be coming out. Final order cutoff is, I think, next week.
I did not know that. That's awesome. Mask, yeah, we talked, big part of my childhood too.
Nice. Yeah, Nate over at Hall, yeah, he was the first one to reach out and tell me the news. And I'd had a really crappy week of work, and I think he told me that on a Friday. And man, that just made the whole week so much better.
Yeah. Are we echoing because we're broadcasting from 2, James? Is that what's going on?
No, that was happening before.
It was? Does someone else have anything on? Nope, it's gone. Someone just slipped their hand up and turned it off, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't me.
Let's go with the comic collector coach next. Doug, what you got to start us off with tonight, buddy?
Well, keeping on the theme of Mask, I was searching for. I'm trying to get the entire volume 1 of Mask because I had 1 or 2 issues as a kid. I think I've only got 1, so now I got to go get everything and reread it. But I came across this thing, and I think Matt will be familiar with it. But it's like a miniature comic book.
Oh yeah!
Oh, cool.
Yep,
I remember those.
Yeah, those came with the toys. So anytime you got a toy, that was in the back.
But the art isn't. I'm not going to throw it on the floor. The art, there's no compromise. It still looks great. The colors are vibrant. But I mean, this thing is. I mean, I'm not the biggest guy in the world, but this fits in the palm of my hand. So it's literally a miniature comic book.
That's super cool, dude.
As a kid, I loved those because you'd crack the toy in the backseat of the car on the way
home,
and you'd grab those out, and it was just fueling your imagination.
Right. And if you were like me, when you got a new action figure, if it came with any literature or if you just playing off of the background they put on the cardboard, I would act out whatever scene was there with all the rest of my figures. So, you got a whole narrative in that tiny comic book to go off of.
Oh yeah. So that's your round 1, huh? I love it. Mask all around. Jabs and Baxter. Jay and Baxter are going to be up next. Let's go Jay first. What you got, Jay? Can you hear me?
Don't think he can hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Now we can hear you. Can you hear us? No, we can't hear you.
Now we lost. Now we
lost you. We can't hear you.
Can't hear you. Can you hear us?
See if
all right, here's what we'll do.
Either.
All right, we're gonna bring Baxter on while Jay figures it out.
All right,
I'm good. Okay. All right, Baxter.
I'm having a little bit of lag on my end too, but
okay.
Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yep.
Okay. All right, sounds good. So yeah, a couple of weeks ago there was a comic book show in Woodbury, Minnesota, and ended up picking up issue number 3 of Smarg. We've had them on the show before, and what did Jay say?
I can't hear him.
Mapping is hard.
Okay.
All right. That was familiar. I was testing something.
Oh.
So yeah, we're gonna have them on the we're gonna have them on the show again, talking about just the work that they've done in issues 2 and 3. I also picked up one of the variants from issue 1, that was done by an artist Zip, which is a homage to this X-Men issue. So another fun thing about this issue number 3 is we got an inside cover
nice.
advertisement in there.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
awesome.
Excellent.
I love that story. I love the characters. I love that book. So it was real when Jay sent me the ones that I had lost. I was so pumped because I think it's a really smart book, and I love the art style in there. And I didn't know issue 3 came out. Do they kickstart those, or what? How do they put them out?
That's a good question. I've only seen them at I usually know about them because we're in contact with them. But I've seen them pop up at like my local comic shop. I don't know if there's any type of like mass email or Kickstarter that they've got going on. Maybe Jay would know more about that, but
Jay is silent.
Jay's still silent.
Jay,
Well, he can hear us.
I think you can hear us
Can you
now.
hear me now?
We
Yeah.
can. We can.
There you
All
go.
right.
yeah, we're good.
Don't touch anything, Jay.
I'm trying not to.
So issue number 3 of Smarg is out, huh?
It is out. I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
But I'm excited to.
Awesome. Well played. You guys, it's like seeing my fan favorites on here tonight. Jay, what do we got, buddy?
All right. Well, I'm gonna cheat because I'm a cheater. But I have 2 signatures to show and share with a couple members of the esteemed panel today. First one is for Mr. A. I'm sure
Yeah.
he'll know that signature.
Oh, snap. He's getting mad.
No, I want people to have it. I want to spread the joy.
Some John Byrne goodness.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
I'm not even that big on the Incredible Hulk, but
You got to
seeing
take
a
it
John Byrne sing on the cover is not something you
cover.
see every day. So
Yeah.
Yeah, because like a lot of artists back then, they would sign the inside. They didn't want
Yeah.
to spoil the cover by signing the cover. And that's a beautiful Hulk cover. I love that cover.
Yeah, it's great.
it's a beautiful cover, and the signature placement's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one that I wanted to share is a book that Matt worked on for me.
Ooh.
Oh, there you go.
Godfather.
Beautiful.
Guy doesn't know anything less than a 9.
I know. I just wish CGC would get their shit together. Because this is his lab that he originally cracked for me, and it was a 9.4. And when he sent it to me, he warned me. He's like, this is more in the 9.2 range. And I was hoping against hope that it would come back as it originally went. But I'm happy. It's a cool cover. And of course, the Todd Father signature is on point.
Any reason you picked that one?
The reason I picked this one is because the others just seem to be flooded. Spider-Man 1 was an option, but I'm like, everybody's going to send that book in. And when you have so many of them in the market, it's like, me, I try to have something a little more on the unique side. So
yeah, that's definitely not one you see all the time. That's great.
You know what cover I want signed by him is the Lizard cover, where it's the lizard with a good teeth. That like he drew a really awesome lizard.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
that one, and which one is cool too? The Mysterio one, where he could see the spy's reflection on the helmet.
Yeah.
That's an awesome one too.
Yeah.
If I would have had those in a decent grade, I would probably send those. But at the rates he was charging, I didn't want to send something that was going to come back as a 6.5.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So,
well, it's a forever piece, right? You
yeah. This is going to go in my wall, it's not going to go anywhere, but still, I'd rather
You're
have
running
it
out of space.
Something than
Chris Parker, what's going on, buddy? Welcome.
Hey, Chris.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Stack of books back in '83 on the front page.
Yep.
All right, Akins, you're up next, my friend.
So my understanding was collectibles, not necessarily comic books, but collectibles. So I'm going to show a comic book and kind of relate it to other collectibles. So I'm a big Iron Man fan. Iron Man is my favorite character, deemed so by going through my collection and finding I have more Iron Man comics than anything else. This is my favorite version of his armor. This came out, Iron Man, this version came out in 1976, Iron Man number 85. And the blue and gold came out. I mean, the red and gold came out in Tales of Suspense, but this particular version was 1976 to 1985. And so since this is my favorite version, another thing people like to collect are statues. So I've got a lot of statues. And of course, when I first started collecting these are Randy Bowen statues.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first started collecting these, the first one I picked up was $20. I was like, wow, that's a really great deal for something like this, because the workmanship on these things are awesome. And I'm like, hey, that's great, $20. I'll start picking those up. And the very first one I picked up was a Black Panther for $20. Well, then the next one I picked up was a Vision for $40. And then the next one I picked up was $50. And then the next one I was like, oh, these things are collectible. They're starting to go up in price. But the Iron Man ones, you can get a box of 3, a set of 3, and this one came in a set of 3, still probably for $120. So that's $40, a piece. So another thing I do is I take the Randy Bowen, and behind it I put a comic book that may relate to the character. And I've got these little cubbies over here. Put the comic book behind it and put one of these in front of it. So another thing I collect are these Randy Bowen statues.
That's super cool.
So yeah, I love them. And I wish they were still as cheap as they are. They've gotten to where they're a little bit more expensive because there's only 2,500 of these right here. They've got the
oh, nice.
Yeah, they're all numbered.
Bottom. So, yeah. So a little thing to relate from a comic book to something that's a thing I collect, or statues. And like I said, this version of his armor is the one that when I was collecting and reading back in the 80s, this is the one that he wore the most often, I think appeared the most, up until 1985 when he did the Silver Centurion armor. Of course, I've got that one too. So I've got a whole cubby that has just Iron Man, and the armors that Randy Bowen did, I've got their first appearance of that armor behind his. So there you go.
That's super cool, dude.
With those, you know what I like about those is they have the full arms. They're not like just the bust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I always thought those look weird when they
chop
some
them
are
off.
so big, I get it. But that's cool.
And that's the thing. The only one they don't have is a good Randy Bowen one, is the Silver Surfer one, and a Galactus. And the Galactus one, the arms are chopped off, and that's the reason I've never gotten it. I was like you, I don't like the arms chopped off. I like this upper torso with the arms and everything. It looks really cool.
Yeah, there's a handful of those, the mini busts like that. There's a handful where there's no arms. Some of them look cool. Like I've got one here. Not to jump ahead, but Marv from Sin City. No, my Moon Knight one is the full 22-inch tall one. But Marv from Sin City, it's cool, like the details there and everything, but no arms. For this one, it worked, but there are a bunch with the no arms where it just looks kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Agreed. Well, here's someone that has arms.
Oh.
I just hired my bodyguard for the
All right. So first thing for tonight, I picked this up at Emerald City Comic Con.
Oh yeah.
I feel it's appropriate given the new one just came out this week.
Mm-hmm.
This is the original from 1976 in super good condition, pun intended. And I got this for only $100. So the guy was, it was like way under fair market value for the grade it's in and everything. Yeah, super cool. And love the old school treasury size. This is the only original treasury size I have. I have the facsimile Muhammad Ali Superman. I would like to get the original Muhammad Ali Superman if possible, because it's one of those just legendary Neil Adams works.
Who did the cover on that one?
I feel like it's Neil Adams. I know the interiors are John Buscema, I believe. But somebody in the chat can look it up and prove me wrong. I briefly flipped through it, but I didn't look at the credits. It looks like Neil like had his hand on some of it. I have a feeling he went in and put his touch on some of the figures in there, but you never know. He was known for doing that.
Carmine Infantino did the cover on that.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome.
That's beautiful. I love the angle.
Yeah.
Super cool perspective.
That is true. Richard Westphal. First collaboration DC and Marvel was Wizard of Oz.
Oh yeah.
Well done. That's my territory. Frank L. Baum was
trivia
born a couple towns over. They have like the Oz Fest, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, Oz Fest is this year." And they're like, "Well, Ozzy passed away." I'm like, "No, it's like the Wizard of Oz." Like they literally Wizard of Oz.
Wrong Oz.
All right, guys, I'm going collectible. Not even going to start with comics. 1986. All right. So this year is the anniversary of two different movies that were big parts of my childhood. The first being Rad, the BMX movie, which is just a fantastic, if you were a kid in the 80s and 90s, like BMX bikes was just everything. And that movie has the cheese, it has Lori Loughlin before prison, it has, just some fun stuff. But the other movie, and James and I actually talked about this when I was on his show, is Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
40 this year. So I found these. I'm in a Facebook group, and this guy right here, Gerald Okamura, is the man of 1,000 weapons. He's been in a ton of just martial arts movies. And then you've got Al Leong over here, which is also another prolific 80s and 90s martial artist. I mean, he's just in everything. This was a big movie. I feel old too, Agent.
Yeah, me too.
This is another one my dad showed me as a kid, and I was just blown away at how crazy it was.
It's all in the reflexes.
Oh, it sure is. And these were put out on Gerald Okamura's personal webpage. You can buy like signed pictures of his. You can buy like the golden pistols. He had like toy golden pistols you could buy that he has in the movie. And he had two types of skateboards. One was a drawing one, but I just loved this scene because it's the first time the Shang Tsings and are these guys Wing Kong?
I'm blanking on it, dude. Now that I'm on the spot, I think so. Well, somebody in the chat will know.
Yeah. But no, this I saw this. I couldn't. I used to skateboard as a kid too. So like this, I thought this would be cool to put in the eventual room, hanging up somewhere, because it's thin, doesn't take up a lot of room. But I
skateboarded too, Brandon. You're too big for that. Both of us are too big for that.
Yeah. We look goofy as hell, but it's good exercise, good cardio.
Yeah.
Good leg workout. And then someone had sent me that Batman Dark Knight Day One songboard. So I've got a couple skateboards I've kind of been collecting.
That's awesome.
Super cool.
So,
hey, Brandon, did you ever read the Grommets series, Rick Remender, last year?
No.
You should. You should definitely look that up and grab a trade of that.
I'll check it out. What I did, I want to see that the trade. Boom Studios did a Big Trouble in Little China series, and it takes off right after where the movie ended and continues on, and it was really cool. I really enjoyed reading it. Again, I got to get the trades because I just don't want to buy all those books again. But
we tried doing that with Buckaroo Banzai as well.
God, I love that movie too.
Another classic. Yeah, they did the newer comics.
I showed my wife that, and she's like, "What the hell is this?" I'm like, "Look, it's John Lithgow. Just go with that." I'm going to start round two. I said some of us might,
funny movie.
Two in a row. These are from someone who's in the chat, Chris Parker. He sent me this a while ago. I hadn't had time to do a mail call, so I thought I would do some like mail call tonight on the show. So the first thing he sent me, knowing I'm a huge Predator fan and that I lost all of these, was the Predator vs. Spider-Man.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't know if it was 3 or 4 issues. I think it's 4 issues. But I love the series. I love that Craven was involved in it because it only makes sense. So he sent those along. So thank you for those, Chris. And also a Predator versus Spider-Man. I don't know who the artist on this. Oh, Delgado. Or is it Paulo? I don't know. But number 4. It's cool. It's
Very cool.
Captain America.
Oh, this is the 4th issue variant edition. Okay. It looks like a 90s comic, kind of.
It's a Captain America homage. Let me get it off the wall right here.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Of course he does.
What's up, JSS? Let's go side screen. There it is right there.
Oh, yeah. Mike Zeck.
Yeah, Mike Zeck.
Classic. Love that cover.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well done. I like it. All right. So continuing on, because he sent me some big books. So Famous Monsters of Filmland 202 from 1994. This thing's like in amazing condition.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, these are great. Anyone who loves monsters as a kid, like there was just so much to gobble up with these. I remember reading them. He sent me, now this one's from 1964. He's sticking with the Universal monsters.
Nice.
I like that a lot.
The Wolfman, Monster World. And then the last book he sent me, going total black and white. Mexico Goes Monster Mad. So I don't know if this is a Mexican one.
There you go.
It's awesome. And I really appreciate him, Chris. I just ordered another. Actually, when I went to Funky Town, I picked up another short box because of you crazy people sending me comics. My wife's like, you keep them extremely organized. I'm like, I'm not going to put them on the wall. You know, like I need to be able to, when it happens, just transport everything.
Just move them. Yeah,
like
smart.
My art all is packed into one thing and stuff. So thank you, Chris, for those kind books that I can read. And my kids, I love showing my kids those horror magazines because there's nothing bad. It wasn't until Fangoria came out that they got like, shouldn't show my kids these. All right, let's go on to the next person, Matt, for round 2.
All right, I'm going to not say what this came with, but I got a package from Brandon with a book to work on. I don't even remember when it was, but it was sometime earlier this year. And the box was bigger than a comic book, so I didn't know what he had gotten up to. But this will be my last mass thing of the night, I promise. But he sent me a sealed in the box in perfect shape Dynamo.
Wow.
So it is absolutely perfect. It is the only original one that I've ever had that is still sealed and in the box, and it'll stay that way. If I want to play with one, I'll just go get another one. But yeah, so this is cool. This stays right over there on top of the X-Men cap. I can't bend my arm that direction, but yep, it'll be out here forever. That's killer.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Slowly sending pieces out to people from the community and surprising them. So watch your mail, people. I've got all your addresses still. The addresses were digital. I have everyone's freaking out. I'm glad you like that. Mask, big part of my childhood too. Those toys were.
What was your question, Doug?
Well, I was going to say, big question is, are you, since you're not planning on taking that out of the box, are you going to get that graded?
No, I probably won't. It's just I don't
grade toys as much. I found.
Yeah,
well, it's on an upswing now. It's on an upswing now. Yeah, it's coming back around because now that more people like VHS tapes also have. I don't know if you guys have been keeping your fingers on the pulse of that, but some VHS tapes, like still in the box now, are going for hundreds and thousands of dollars, and I don't understand it.
Yeah,
but if they're graded,
sealed,
yeah. But if they're graded, add another 0. You know what I'm talking about? It's wild. So I just was curious if you were going to get that graded since it's in such good shape.
Yeah, I'll probably just hang on to this one and leave it like it is, so I can still hold it in my hand and still enjoy it.
I found that in the UK, believe it or not.
Yep.
Wow.
Is there any reason you find more of those in the UK, Matt, than around here? Or?
I don't know the answer to that.
It's all the nostalgia. You're right. All right. Doug, what nostalgia do you have now, buddy?
Nostalgia? I don't know about nostalgia, but somebody mentioned Invincible earlier in the show, and
yeah, we did.
I thought this was awesome. David Mack did a retailer variant of Invincible #1. It's a matte foil.
Yeah.
And I am a huge David Mack fan.
David's
And
awesome.
I saw this, and it's limited to 1,000. I was like, I got to get one as soon as it's available. So I think he had some for sale, like at MegaCon, like he was selling them. But yeah, I mean, I don't have hardly any Invincible books, and as much as I like the show and I've enjoyed Battle Beast, I was like, I got to start getting these. So that's the first one.
Show
Very
that again,
cool.
please, one more time.
Yes.
Because
Oh, absolutely.
I'm just a little jealous of that one.
I love David Mack too.
I mean,
crushed it.
yeah, he's done some incredible work on Daredevil. He's done a bunch of stuff. But I mean, just
Some
the
of his
way
Film of Children. I had all of his slaughter packs signed. Unfortunately,
that's awesome.
But I got
designed.
He was so
he
cool.
drew all the art that was in Muse's layer on the Daredevil Born Again.
Yes,
show.
that's right. That's right.
A lot of
He had
those
some.
con.
He had some pretty awesome Muse covers as well. Yeah. And that sweet Echo cover he did, the first appearance of Echo, he did that as well. That's a good one.
Well done, Doug. Guess now I figured out with technology I can just go like this, I think, and or not. I was trying to get just Jay. Watch, you know what? I'm gonna get just Jay and
Jay, you there? Am I? I think I lost my connection. Testing 1, 2.
I can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay.
Mhm.
I couldn't hear anyone. Okay, great. I think I'm back now. Like I said, my internet has been garbage. So
Hey, it's all right, man.
Jay, can you hear me? Are you there? I can't hear Jay if he's talking.
Can you hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. I lost the other guys. Was it just is it now us to showcase or what?
It is us. Yeah.
All right,
So,
you want to go?
Sure, I'll go. So I will go ahead and share this. This is a latest statue that I picked up. This is from Iron Studios. It's a black and white variant of Leonardo. I thought they absolutely knocked this out of the park. Absolutely love it. I'm a huge Turtles fan, so now that I've got this guy, I think I have to go get the other brothers now. You can't be alone. So there were 300 of these made. This is 268. So yeah, it's going to look great on the shelf. All right, go ahead, Jay.
Nice. Well, what I got here, original art is very expensive. And I can't promise this will be the last FF stuff that I will show. But what I do have here is I think what can get as close to being original art as I can in my budget for Jack Kirby. So what this is that this is production art. And what that means is that they took the inks and then they put them in transparency paper. And then that's what they use for color guide so that they could print the book. And
just so we can all join in.
Then that's what they would do to do the color matching and whatnot. So this is, again, it's not original art, but it's pretty darn close because not a lot of these survived back then. So I'm
That's amazing, dude.
Pretty stoked that I have some Jack Kirby production art.
I'm jealous.
That I can showcase it tonight.
Very jealous.
This is Fantastic Four #7, and it's pages 23 and 24.
That is freaking cool.
That's awesome.
Dude.
So cool.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous too.
Yes.
Yeah.
You threw us all backstage, didn't you, Brandon?
What's that?
So
You kicked us all backstage, didn't you?
I did an attempt just to have Jay and Baxter on the screen.
I
They
see
can't
what
weigh
you
in, and
did.
you don't get the good witty banter from everyone loving the piece. I love that. I love the turtles too. When Baxter
Couldn't
showed
hear
the
us
turtles, I'm
drooling
like,
over the turtle figure and the
I was.
Yeah,
Japanese
I couldn't
stuff.
hear anything. Sorry, I had no idea what was going on in my.
that was my
internet's
fault. I
been
tried to
laggy,
get
so-
fancy, like James said.
I was telling you to buy all the other turtle
There you have
figures.
Yes,
I
get 'em
have
all.
to now. Yeah,
Get
I've
'em all.
got to. They look
Definitely.
great. So
Well done. I don't have any Kirby stuff tonight. That's for sure. Akins.
Okay. My second favorite character is Captain America. One of the first Captain America comic books I ever bought was a Jack Kirby.
Speaking of
Comic book,
Kirby,
right here.
yeah.
Inside a lot of these in the 70s, you could buy those Mego action figures. You could buy them at stores and stuff. The one I did not have was Captain America, but I haven't gone back and looked on eBay and gotten one. But since you're an adult now and you have adult money, you can buy other action figures like
Mhm.
Oh,
this is
yeah.
a Legend series. I can't remember when these were put out, but
Like
the
2005 or 6, I think.
the story with me and action figures. So when we remodeled this house, I had a choice. I had a bunch of action figures, I had comics, and I also had terrain I had created for D&D. Not enough room for all that stuff, so something had to go. The terrain went, and I actually sold almost all my action figures except some of them, and this is one of them I just could not part with because I love the detail on these giant icon legend figures. I just love them. And like you said, I don't have a Mego one, but this one, I love the detail on this one. I've got this one, I've got a Hulk one, and I've got a Spider-Man one from the Icon series. And I love these.
Choices were made with the action figures, is what you're saying, huh?
But yeah, I went and I sold all the action figures, and it's funny. I had the smaller Legend ones, and I actually had some action figures from DC Superpowers
Oh,
when I
love
was a
those.
kid, and Marvel Superheroes. I had some of those. So I had these, and I had the Marvel Legends, and of course I don't know anything about action figures. And I take them to my LCS, and I'm like, "How much are you giving me for these?" And he wasn't giving me any of those. And I had those action figures all in a box, and I wasn't necessarily going to sell the ones I had when I was a kid. And he was like drooling over those other ones. He's like, "Oh, how about those? How about those? You're going to sell those?" I ended up selling them to him, and basically rolled that money over into comics. So I had a lot of the Marvel superheroes and the DC superpowers ones in there. I think I've got only one of those DC superpowers left, which is a Superman one. But yeah, I rolled over all my action figures into statues. I think all the money I used was to start buying Randy Bowen statues, because I did have these action figures sitting in front of the comics in these cubbies. But the problem with action figures is they fall. They're not sturdy. You want them in a pose, and you can't get them in the right pose. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn this money over into statues, and that's basically what I did. But some of these action figures I couldn't get rid of, like this one. I love this one so much, couldn't get rid of it.
It's like what I
Super
did with
cool.
Magic cards. Just turned it off. That's fantastic, Akins.
Those Icons figures came with comic books, didn't they?
Yes, there's a comic book in the back there. The only one of these I opened, I had an Iron Man one, but it was a later version of his armor. I didn't like it as much. If it had been the classic version, if they'd done one of these in the classic version, I would have absolutely kept it. I kept this one, the Hulk, and Spider-Man, and I think I got rid of all the other ones. But these big ones, I was like, I don't know, I just can't get rid of them. I like them too much. But yeah, there was a comic book in the back there.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah, I had that, the Captain America and the Iron Man one. And funny enough, same thing, when I moved last year, I was like, I got to get rid of some of this stuff. And I picked those up and I took them to my LCS, and they're like, heck yeah, we take those. We love toys in here. And so I had like a couple $100 credit or something for a while.
Mm-hmm. So that's it.
NES version too.
Action figures.
Smart to save those, Akins. All right, James. You're going to end round 2 and you're going to start round 3. Okay, buddy?
I'm ending round 2. So I'm going back to back?
Back to back, brother.
Oh, okay.
With no bell.
I'll do the last comic I have. The show. The rest is original art.
Yeah.
So I'll finish with original art. But the last comic I pulled out to have on here, one I got not too long ago.
Nice.
First
Very nice.
appearance of Mr. Rhino.
Your brother.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. In a 4-5, I belong to a group chat of a selling group on Instagram, and it's dangerous being in there. So they posted this up, and it was like about $100 under fair market value.
Oh.
And I couldn't resist, and I offered them even a tiny bit below that, and they accepted it. So that's how I ended up with that one. And want me to go right into the third round here? All right, let's see. It's unwieldy here. This is a commission I had Ryan Benjamin do of Invincible and Conquest. So if you guys ever have a chance to get a commission from Ryan, he's amazing and he's crazy fast. So it's not one of these situations where you put in for a commission and then they don't have it done when you go to pick it up. I had a scenario with an artist who will remain unnamed that it was supposed to be done the Sunday the con was ending, and I got it 6 months later. He mailed it to me.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Better late than never, but damn.
Better late than never, yeah.
That was some
What
cool
size
work.
is that piece, James?
That's on
Is that 11 by 17?
Yeah, he did it horizontal on
Okay.
an 11 by 17, yeah. And
That's awesome.
Yeah, Ryan's phenomenal. He's was mentored by Jim Lee back in the original, old Wildstorm days, and the guy is just like a master. Like watching him draw it's like a piece of art in itself. He's great, and he does a lot of mentoring and helping like up and coming artists and stuff, which is really neat.
That's cool.
Really puts his heart and soul into it. So always love supporting him when I can.
Fantastic. Love the original art. I've got a little cool original art that I didn't know that I was getting in the mail. That I'm gonna show
nice.
off, but not this time. This time is from Tessa. Tessa is a nerd.
Tessa. Nice.
Tessa's great. Akins and I were lucky enough to meet her at Terrificon a couple years ago, and she just like gets right in with the boys, like talking, pressing, cleaning, stories she's reading, art, up and coming artists and writers. Like that girl is so plugged in. I mean, she also I think runs her own comic book stores. So
yeah, I've been trying to get her on the pod because I want to have like a shop owner on. So
she would be great to talk to.
Yeah, for sure.
She was so kind. She did a Whatnot show back in February to benefit my family for the fire and wanted to help out. So I tuned into the show and I found a book that I wanted to buy. I was like, well, I want that. So I'm going to bid on it. And luckily I got it. But she sent me, I didn't even know these were in the package because like I said, I didn't open the ones from Chris, my buddy Elliot in the UK, and Tessa. I had these for like a month now and I'm just waiting for a time. But she sent me this. I don't know who did it, but it's a Godzilla foil sketch card.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
It's really cool. I'm going to have to ask her more details on it and who did it, but it's like, it's great. I don't know if it's like one of these fake, like it's not a grading company, I think it's custom, but
that's
so
super
bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Team Godzilla, so I love that. Sent me an awesome Valentine's Day card.
There you go.
I know it won't be much, but I hope it helps. Sending love to you and the fam, Tessa.
She's so kind. I've seen her do a lot of stuff for people in the community.
Dude, she's a freaking sweetheart. She's a gem. She's knowledgeable. Definitely, she goes to all the cons. But the book I bought, man, I love these Golden Age books. Adventure Comics, issue 427. I don't think this is Golden Age actually, but it's got a freaking swap monster on it. So you know what?
There you go.
There you go.
I was in, and I think it cost me like $11 that night, and like I can't pay for gas and drive to an LCS and hope to find this book. So thanks, Tessa. When you watch this, I appreciate all the kind stuff you did and sent. And this is like
You're awesome, Tessa. Come on, Nerdy Musings.
Awesome.
Go on with
You're gonna have to get Brandon to relay the message, Brandon.
I will facilitate this.
There you go.
So that is my round 3. Matt. Impressed.
All right. So everything else I've got left comes with stories. So I'm going to talk for a while. Earlier this year, I ended up getting a collection from my brother's best friend. My brother's 9 years older than I am. This guy has been my older brother since I was a kid and still today. We just went to a concert 3 days ago together. But he said a couple of years ago that he had, a ton of comics and he's wanting to get rid of them. And I was like, well, okay, whenever you find them, let me know. Well, they've looked for about 2 years and never could find them. So I was like, well, those are gone. Then he sent me a message after Christmas that they found them when they were putting the Christmas decorations up. I wasn't expecting anything. There's not really no golden age, anything like that. This is basically a whole bunch of 90s stuff. But the fun part of it is he went to the newsstand here in Clemson and he bought everything. He didn't read it. He left them in the paper bags mostly, and they were all still stacked untouched in these paper bags.
Oh, wow.
So it was things that I got excited about. There was like the first 17, I think, Spawn books were in there untouched. You had like every 90s Ghost Rider, Punisher. There were titles I never heard of before, and all of the Infinity War, Infinity Gauntlet, all those series, all that stuff was in there. So I was really excited about that. But on the top of it, when you opened up this tub, the first thing that we saw was a Metallica comic book. There was actually 2 of them. And my brother, I said 9 years older than me, when I was in like 3rd grade going to school, my brother would make me Metallica mixtapes so I could listen to it on the bus. So I was that kid in a blue jean jacket with Metallica buttons all over. And so I got gloves on for this one because it's got a black cover. But this is what the book is. And so I thought it was cool. So he had 2 of them. He's like, well, you can have one and give the other one to your brother. I was like, okay, well, yeah, I'll clean it up. And that's good. So I didn't open it up, didn't do anything like that. Well, I got home and started working on this one. And he totally forgot that in 1989, he met the band and everybody at bars ended up signing the book.
Wow.
So in 1989, my adopted brother, Paul, he ended up getting that signed. And so now I have a signed Metallica comic book. I called him immediately when I found it. And I was like, Paul, I need to give you this thing back. He's like, why? And I sent him the picture and he was like, oh, I forgot that I did that. He said, no, it's yours. He said, that's fine. I was like, check the other one. Is it signed too?
That's amazing, dude.
And, he was like, no, it's not. So, but yeah, that's a fun story there. It's a book I'll never get rid of. And it's one that I'll never get graded either because I want to keep opening it up and looking at the signatures too, even though I've got a bunch of pictures of it.
He had 2 and he happened to give you 1, and the one he gave you was signed.
Yeah, I love it.
If I'm ever fortunate enough to visit Matt in South Carolina, that book better not be inside because I'm gonna grab it and run, and you'll never see me again.
I hear you. I'll let you look at it.
That's why he's wearing the mask.
That's the final offer.
He's going to have an armed guard.
All right. Well done, Matt. Doug, what you got, buddy? Always check your books. Chris Parker said right there.
100%. Always check your books. So it's not original art, but an artist who I have become a huge fan of. His work is just so good. He had a Whatnot show, and he was selling a couple of things. He was selling some like artist-proof prints of his Invincible covers and his Battle Beast #7 cover, but it is Mr. Todd Beats.
Oh, my good buddy Todd.
Oh, nice.
And he then later in the show, after all those other prints were sold, he moved to these. They're like it's not quite like it's like a 6x9. It's kind of a weird shape, but that is a print. But he did sign them all. But we got Storm here, and then good old Megatron.
Oh, nice.
I claim.
Yeah, right.
Just got a Omni-Man, one of those from him at Emerald City Comic Con.
They're so good. And like the guy, if you guys don't know, if you're not familiar with Todd Beats, just immediately go look him up after the show because everything he does is excellent. He's got a really interesting story of how he like got into that. I heard on your podcast, James, but got into being an artist, and just the guy has no quit in him. But my favorite one that I picked up from him is Lion-O from Thundercats.
Nice.
It's just awesome. But Todd Beats. Don't forget the name, because the dude's going to explode. I'm telling you. He's already done. He did a Battle Beast #7 cover, and it's. I grabbed one. He hasn't shipped it yet because he's been at cons. But when I get it, I will be posting it for sure.
Just because it's in arm's reach, I know it's an extra thing, but I grabbed this from him. That's that's double signed. That's Battle Beast with Otley's signature.
I have one of those signed by him as well from a different Whatnot show he did. I absolutely love that cover.
No one makes me want to spend money more than you, a-holes.
I'm actually going in and adding it to my list of things I need to.
You want to see me do it again?
Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait, right now, or you got one the next one?
No. I'm just messing with you. But yes, I'll show you something else you want to spend money on for sure.
Okay, fine. My wife's not home. She's at a bachelorette party, so let's shop. What do you got, Jay?
We're gonna try this, so bear with me, because this is hanging up on my wall. So I'm gonna try to join with my other camera and then walk you guys upstairs really quick and show you this. So bear me with just 1 second.
I hope you're better at tech than I am.
This is gonna be interesting.
It worked. Oh, well, you got it. You got to mute one of you. There you go.
That was just special effects, all part of the magic.
All part of the nice magic. Folks. No extra charge for that.
It's all part of the production, guys.
Yes.
Now we get a good look at all those wall books too.
I know.
Jealous.
Field trip time.
Yep. There we go.
What is this?
Oh,
look at that.
Wow.
Oh, that's so cool.
Who did that?
Oh, he's muted on this one.
Oh yeah.
No, his volume's still hooked up to the computer.
Yeah. He'll be able to answer us when he comes back. He's coming back. He's running back to his chair.
I think that's signed by Mark Hamill.
All right.
No kidding.
Yes, that is very dangerous to get into the poster game.
No kidding.
But that is a J. Scott Campbell original, signed by Campbell and signed by Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker himself.
That's an amazing.
Shut your butt. Man. That's incredible.
That's nice.
So.
Okay, so we've had this debate in one of our group chats on Instagram that I'm in, and people are like, $400 is way too much. I think that's crazy. And it's like, to me, with Mark Hamill being my childhood, like Star Wars being so ingrained, like I wouldn't mind paying that for one signature and the chance of like meeting him and talking to him, because like they had to start raising their prices when they were selling them so cheap, and then people were doubling or tripling the prices on eBay for them. So he's just selling himself short. But like I was telling people, like he's not even the most, like Sylvester Stallone I think charges $800 last I knew for an autograph. So like Mark Hamill would totally be worth it. Where'd you meet him, Jay?
I didn't. I actually bought that off an IG live sale.
Okay.
The seller met him, so he, it's not authenticated, doesn't have a COA, but I trust the seller. He's gone to a lot of cons.
Right.
And he had it because he was downsizing a bunch of stuff from his collection, and he had a bunch of OA. He had a couple of Bruce Timms, the one obviously for a pretty penny. And then he had that poster, and I'm like, info in the poster, and he's like, that's not for sale. I'm like, everything's for sale. Everything is. So actually offline, I DM him and I said, you know what? I'm being serious. Like, I'm not joking, because, it's Mark freaking Hamill. It's my childhood also, Luke Skywalker. So
sure.
We were able to work it out, and he also knew that I was a big J. Scott Campbell fan, so he sold me the piece, and then we worked out a payment plan, because obviously it was not cheap,
Right.
It's both signatures plus the art. So we worked out a payment plan, got it, and then framed it. And this one I did pay also a pretty penny for the framing because it's the museum quality.
You got it. You can't mess around.
So you have to. It's an investment at the end of the day. It's not going to leave my wall ever until I die. But still, you don't want anything to happen to that thing. So
yeah, great
That's
piece,
awesome,
man.
Jay. Baxter, can you beat? Whoops, I just screwed that up. Can you? What do you got for Mark Hamill?
I can't top that.
You got Harrison
I
Ford.
have like literally. Okay. So yeah, that comic book show that I went to, I ended up picking up just a couple of Power Ranger.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Black Ranger with the dragon shield, and then just regular. So Walter Jones is going to be at Twin Cities Con this fall, so I'm planning on having him sign both of those. I know Jay is probably sick and tired of me talking about this, but I ended up I had Amy Jo Johnson sign. It was a New York Comic-Con exclusive Jenny Frison cover, and I submitted that for grading. I absolutely love that cover so much. Like, it's probably one of my favorite. It's going to be one of my favorite covers. I reached out to Jenny to just like see if I could buy the original artwork. Like, that's how much I loved it.
Are you serious?
Jenny's works.
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm serious. Yeah, and it had been sold, so no luck there. But I've got like eBay searches going just in case someone who owns it puts it up. So
hell yeah, man.
So that's the plan there. I haven't gotten that book back yet. I sent it in for grading, so that was back in November, and I'm still waiting. So like I'll text Jay. I'm like, yeah, no updates yet. Just check it like every day.
Hey, Bax, do you happen to know Rohan from over at Back in the Game Comics?
I don't know.
I need to put you in touch with him because
dangerous guy to know.
That guy is the original art dealer. I'm telling you, he knows
keep
everything.
you up to date with who has it, where it's at.
He will facilitate you spending a lot of money and emptying your bank account because if you tell him, he will find it. He will find who has it.
Yeah.
If you're ready to find, do what, Brandon?
I was just saying he's hunting down a lot of the original Marvel card, original art and stuff.
Yeah.
And, he's like, I had to talk to 10 people to get one good hit, but he loves the hunt. And like if you tell him, like, make sure you have the money ready to go because literally 24 hours, I found it. It's for sale. Here you go. Like
I call him an enabler. I'm in a group on Instagram with him and Colossus Collector, and they're always sending, "Hey James, look at this Invincible page." I'm like, "Don't show me that."
They do that with me on Transformers, James.
See,
that's, all the time.
Bad
enablers.
Told you.
All right, yeah, get me in touch. I really want that
I'll
piece
get
of art,
everything to you.
All right, yeah, we'll get you in touch with him. He's pretty easy to find. Akins, boom. You're gonna end round 3 and start round 4, Akins.
Okay, sounds good. Another one of my favorite characters is the Incredible Hulk. And back in 1982, when this comic book came out, speaking of posters, the very first poster I ever bought was this Michael Golden poster.
Oh, sweet.
Wow.
Mail it in, $2, and you'll get it. So I'm fortunate enough to have my entire collection pretty much since I was a kid. You know, I didn't lose it in a fire like some people. I didn't have to sell it like some people. But this is one thing I could not find. I could not find this original poster. I've looked on eBay. I've had people look for it. They can't find it. But the next best thing is getting a reprint and having Michael Golden sign that reprint.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
This is a reprint that he did since he sold that piece of artwork to make those posters. So he redid this and recolored this poster. And I remember having this very first poster as a kid. It was the only poster. My mom wouldn't let me put posters on the wall, but she let me put it in the closet. So it was in the closet. I remember looking at this thing and just going through all the detail in the characters. And
that's so cool.
So much characterization in the it's like Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler is being his mischievous self, popping in and out. I love how it shows the relationship between Iron Man and Captain America. I love how the Hulk is coming in, fixing to smash everybody down there at the bottom. I remember having this as a kid. So this is the next best thing. I picked this up at, I think I picked this up, and that's his signature right there. I picked this up from him. I think this one was at Heroes Con, and I got him to sign it.
What was your Michael Golden experience like? I hear all these things, but I've had good experiences with him, but I've heard varied things.
I'm going to tell you, he has a odd sense of humor, and so you have to take him a certain way. But let me tell you something: if you're a paying customer, he's going to be.
That was my experience. That was my experience.
So, and it matters on what you bring him to sign. If it's something that he feels he has sold, like he's done art for other things, and then he hasn't gotten as much money for it. I think he is of that generation that I feel like he's a very influential artist. I think he really influenced Todd McFarlane and Jim Lee's artwork.
100%. Yeah.
Sure.
And I don't think he was able to make as much money as they did. And also, I don't think he enjoys doing the superhero genre. I think he does it now to make money, and he's at cons. And if you come up to him, and I found that if you talk to his handler, and his handler, I cannot pronounce her last name. She was an editor at Marvel Comics for a long time. And she was up at Heroes Con in the art, doing the art, and she's his handler. And if you talk to her first, he seems to be much better when you realize that, hey, let me talk to her and have her talk to him about what you want, because he wants to just sit there and draw. He doesn't really want to interact with you much. So
very awesome.
That's cool.
Piece, man.
Very awesome. That's three.
I forgot. I'm gonna
I wasn't ready.
Another of my favorite characters, Amazing Spider-Man.
Nice.
So in this era, also, you would find these advertisements for, of course,
Karate.
Dungeons and Dragons. And so I think this is Bill Willingham artwork on these things. And they were like a story kind of promoting Dungeons and Dragons. And if you're a collector, let me put it this way, if you're a role player, you love collecting just role-playing games, whatever. And so they had these advertisements, and Bill Willingham did all the artwork for all of them except one. And one of them was done by Jeff D. And they advertised a lot of other role-playing games. So one of the first ones I picked up, this is art by Jeff D. This is Villains and Vigilantes. It's like Dungeons and Dragons. It's another role-playing game. But if you're a role player, you love collecting role-playing games. And sometimes you just get them just to have them on the shelf. Like people have books on their shelf. They like having role-playing games up there on their shelves. So this is Jeff D. art, but in some of these other role-playing games, you could have George Perez artwork.
Oh, that's sweet.
So George Perez did this. He also did the primary book, The Champions playing game. And you can tell this is some George Perez artwork there.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes in some of these modules and things, you can find artwork that I can't find anywhere else. Like they will have stats and they'll have artwork, but a lot of this artwork has already appeared in something else. But this piece right here by Walt Simonson, I've never seen anywhere else. This is the only place I've ever seen it.
No way.
So this is almost like an original piece of artwork if you can get these modules of Walt Simonson artwork. I've tried to look for it on the internet and things like that. So that's a piece of artwork by a really cool artist. Of course, I'm going to pull out some John Byrne art that you can't see anywhere else, but on a module. So there's some John Byrne art, Alpha Flight. There's some John Byrne art of the Avengers right there. So if you're into the role-playing games, you can also, because one of the things I'm doing is I'm trying to collect as much of John Byrne's artwork, try to collect every single thing I can find. And because he was so prolific, you can go through Dollar Bin sometimes and find things that he's done. And so this is just another aspect of it, like, oh, there's some John Byrne art on these kind of things, like this.
You're in the deep end, buddy.
Stuff, man.
That's freaking awesome, Akins. John Burns is watching, really happy right now.
All right.
Let's
get to the original Invincible art here. 2 left, right? Just this one and one more?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, this is since he's so prominently featured in the new season.
Nice.
Mr. Thrag. Mm-hmm. Freddie Mercury himself. Jacked Freddie Mercury.
Oh my
God. Alan there and teenage
man
Oliver. Yep.
What page and what issue is that from?
This is issue 88, page 5.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and all of these were purchased directly from Ryan Otley at cons over the years, way before Invincible was as popular as it is now. You can't. I don't even want to say how much a page like this costs now. I keep seeing them selling on. There's a seller on Instagram that has a lot of Invincible original art, and it's crazy. The prices are insane, ladies.
Are they comparable to older original art?
Oh yeah. Right now, just because of the show, I'm sure it'll mellow out, but yeah.
That's so interesting to me.
A lesser page than that goes for well over 10 grand.
That's so interesting to me, because like I saw like someone on Facebook had a page from, I don't know what it was. It had Thor on it and stuff. They were asking $12,000 for it, and it was from the 70s, and that's a book that took how long with these artists to be how famous to reach that price, which is still a huge price. But now you have a modern book like Invincible with pages selling like that. It's really interesting to me.
Yeah, really interesting. It has to be, due to the animated series and just the mainstream popularity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's bad.
Hey, James, when did you get your first piece of original art?
I got my first piece of original art back when I worked for Todd McFarlane's comic book shop. Back in the.
I didn't know if that was your very first one or if you had something earlier than that.
Yeah, that was my first one. First 2 pieces of original art were McFarlane originals that they gifted to me on my birthdays when I was working at the shop for a couple of years.
Yep, I remember hearing you talk about that.
Wow,
so
that's cool.
Jeez,
surreal.
Unreal. All right, well, I'm not going to follow that up with anything crazy, but this is from one of my favorite artists, and this gentleman, I've had his books on the show before. He reached out via Instagram, and he had been watching my channel, and he's like, "Hey, I created a comic. Will you take a look at it? It's horror." And I'm like, "Yeah, sign me up, dude." And he sent it to me, and I ended up falling in love with the comic, and he kickstarted it, and introduced him to Katie, K-pop junkie. And he went on her show, talked about it, and he charges like way under for his OA like bonuses in the Kickstarter. But now he's just doing a ton of he's doing pretty well, what I feel, and I'm really proud of him. And he's just like a super nice guy. And he sent me a bunch of artwork back after I lost. Like I had so much of his artwork, but I always supported his Kickstarter to the highest tier I could because I just believe in his art style. And he said he had to send me. I don't know if you're going to have to correct me, Elliot, after you watch this. I don't know if I pledged and got this through Kickstarter, but it's going to be right on our coffee table. And it will tell everyone walking into our new house exactly what me and my wife are about. But it's in the crypt.
Oh, right? Cool.
So it's this compiled 2025 artwork. And in the fire I lost, he had this great, he did a sketch cover in his style. He used a lot of cross hatching to do his style. And he'd sent me a sketch cover with Michael Myers, some huge horror fan. And it was like an old EC trade dress. I can't remember if it was Crime Suspense or Suspense, whatever, but he recreated it here for me.
Cool.
And it's just to Brandon. Thanks for all the support from the start, Elliot 26.
That's really cool, Brandon.
That's really special that he hand drew that for me.
What's his name, Brandon?
Elliot. He's under Lost Boy Comics, so I'll show you
okay.
right now.
Oh, okay.
We'll put his. If you're watching this and you want to check out his stuff and get some commissions done,
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to him.
Yeah, this guy is. He started and he tells his journey on this first page of like the first ones he posted on Instagram, which were his Penguin and Joker.
Those are both
Oh my
amazing.
goodness.
So good.
Dude, he's amazing. And
He was just on an episode of People with Issues on Mr. McGroovy's channel.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
He did a sweet interview. So go check out Mr. McGroovy and check that video out.
For sure.
He's got Catwoman, he's got Vader. So this is just like what a great coffee table book.
Wow,
Look at that
the
Spider-Man.
expression on the Doom.
Killer.
My favorite movie of 2025 was Sinners. And
Oh yeah.
He's got Lucy from Bram Stoker's. But not only does he have that kind of stuff, but like his artwork that he did on shirts and stuff, just every kind of artwork he did to expand himself in 2025. He put in this book, and his original comics is called Hellbound. He is so freaking good. He is just, I'm really proud to call him my friend. I've got some of his original art he resent me. He's an amazing artist. So if you want this guy to commission anything for you, if you're watching the show and there's any character from any kind of fandom you can think of, I mean, I just showed you a bunch. Sweet Electro.
Wow.
Little Scarecrow.
And Richard Westfall's got the link for him in the chat too. So
yeah, I think I already follow him, but there's so many amazing artists that
I didn't buy this one, believe it or not. I don't know who got it. Just Elliot, thank you. When you watch this, all work and creative projects done in 2025. Really
awesome
good
work, Elliot.
I'm gonna do my coffee table book. It's going to be great. Like we're gonna have a nice wood finished coffee table. One of the trees we chopped down from our property. We took some big slices out of the middle of it, so that'll be our coffee table. But really cool piece of art from.
What kind of tree? What kind of wood is it? What kind of wood was the tree?
I can't remember. It was oak.
You're gonna have that table for a long time.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. My wife's dad does like the resin inlay of like the color stuff into them. So we asked him to cut them like 6 to 8 inches, so that he would have some room to dig out. So you'll see pictures someday, guys, when I get back. But all right, I got Matt up next from Impressed.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and show my big one, and then I'll finish on the next round with the other one. Some story time on this one. Last year, I got to be really good friends with Chris over at Cheddar Comics, and I started doing most all of his cleaning and pressing through most of the year last year. And one of the books I did for him was a Hulk 181. Ended up getting it in, and it was about a 5055 when I got it, and ended up doing all the work to it. Kept all the before and after pictures and all that stuff. It ended up getting graded at 8.0, so he was able to get it. He got it, sold it, made a good bit of profit on it. Was real happy with it. Well, also last year, Chris ended up meeting and striking up kind of a friendship with Todd McFarlane's son Jake, and so I knew there was a relationship there, and I just took it upon myself to reach out and introduced myself to Jake and let him know who I was, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I already know who you are. I know the Hulk 181 you did for Chris."
Nice.
And I said, okay, well this is cool. And I just let him know. I said, "Hey, if you ever need anything, let me know." And we didn't talk price, didn't talk anything like that. And he said, "Well, I don't know anything about cleaning and pressing." He said, "But I've got a book, some stuff from my dad that I want to keep. And would you be interested in it?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. Send me some pictures or send it to me, whatever." And he sends me the book. And well, honestly, the book that he sent me was a disaster for me because it didn't have a bag and a board. Todd had left it in there where it could get bent and beat up. It had water poured on the front of it and on the back of it.
Yeah.
And I'm used to everything that I send back to everybody is going to be the absolute best it can be. And obviously 9/8 is what most everything is that comes out of here. And so this book, I feel horrible when I send it back to him. And Jake gets it, he's like, "Man, what are you worried about? This looks fantastic." And so he was happy with it. It was all great and everything. But what I got in the mail on Monday of this week is the absolute best book I'll ever own. It is a book that didn't cost me anything. It will never go anywhere except for up here on the shelf whenever I get done with this show. But I put it on the Instagram page. But Todd sent me a book, and it says, "To Impressed, thanks for working on my book." And
Wow.
It looks so good.
That is I don't know. That's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me professionally. That I don't know. I kind of run out of words.
Right.
So
But
cool.
yeah, that's very, very awesome. And I hope to continue working with him through the rest of this year too. Because Jake says, "Yeah, I got to get another stack together and send over to you." Like, send them over anytime.
Yeah.
I will get them in.
How many? You have a $30 offer from Jay in the chat.
Only if it comes with a COA.
How many books have you pressed for the Godfather?
Just the first group that he sent. So it wasn't a lot. And I think Jake's got a handful. He wanted to get stuff done to take down to CGC for the signing. And so silly me, obviously I didn't know any of this. And I had a Spawn #1 and I talked myself into sending it to CGC for the signing. And about a week later is when Jake and I started talking. So I could have saved myself that $160 or whatever it was and been just fine. But anyway, yeah, that's
cool.
That's pretty awesome.
I think you made it okay in the long run.
Yeah, for sure.
That story makes me so happy.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, the hardest thing, Brandon, you were one of I don't know how many people knew it. Not a lot of people knew it. And so like this was last I don't know, October, November. I can't remember exactly when they announced the CGC signing, but it was a week after whenever that was. And that's been hard to keep quiet because I didn't know if I could tell anybody. I did, so I wanted to make sure that they were okay with it. And turns out they're okay with it.
I showed my wife. All I could do is show my wife. I'm like, "Honey, look this is Todd McFarlane." She's like, Great, honey.
Yeah.
I can't tell anyone, but I can tell you. You respond.
And my wife is like, "Is he important? Is he somebody big?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he's kind of a big deal." Yeah.
Sandlot with Babe Ruth, the great Bambino.
Amazing.
Well done, Matt. Thank you for sharing that story on the show. It makes it special, man. Full circle. Doug, what do you got, buddy?
Well, another artist that I discovered from our friend James here, your weekly drawing session.
Awesome.
John Mangello, who
John's amazing.
Super nice guy. Chat with him a bit on Instagram. But so this is his own. He wrote and did all the art for it. It's called Eve. And it's about Santa Claus, how he met Mrs. Claus back before he was Santa Claus. And then she gets kidnapped. And Santa Claus just goes bananas and just, this thing is gory. I'm going to show you here. So this is available on Amazon, but I picked it up from John's website, and I did that because on his website, if you buy it from him, he'll put a sketch on the inside.
Yeah,
so
phenomenal.
That is a sketch that he did. That is not part of the book.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's two things that John can say that probably not many other artists can say. One, Daniel Warren Johnson did a little quote that's on there on the back for him promoting it. And two, Daniel Warren Johnson bought a page of John's original art from him at a convention.
Oh, that's killer.
So, if that's not high enough praise.
But just to give you a little taste of what the inside there, that's Santa Claus right there in fighting glory. So
that's
anyway,
if I would have been Mrs. Claus, I would have swiped left on that guy.
But it's really gory. Look at this full page.
Yeah.
It's just really good. The writing's good. He really the art style really brings out the story. It helps the story along.
I love it. Oh my God.
But John Mangello, check him out. He's a super nice guy. He'll chat with you on Instagram. check out his website. And he did tell me he's got some other stuff cooking. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
He does. It's tough to keep all the secrets.
Come on, James.
And his work is like 10 times better than it was in that book now. It's crazy. Like every week he comes on and draws with us. He just like levels up. It's insane.
Yeah, I've been watching it ever since that first show of yours that I saw him on, and I was just like, man, I like that a lot. So
yeah,
gotta support the people that you like, or they're gonna disappear.
And the fact that he's just a really great person to really tops it off for me.
Yeah, super nice guy. Like I just told him, after I purchased, hey man, saw you on James's show, the drawing show, and I just picked up Eve. And he was like, oh, okay. And this was right before all that heavy weather, winter weather that blew across the nation a few weeks ago. Yeah. He was like, oh man, I'm snowed in. I promise I'll get it to you as soon as I can. I was like, don't worry about it. And then it showed up, and I was just blown away to read it and the sketch, and just a super nice guy.
Awesome.
Freaking sweet.
Love hearing it.
All right, to end this round, Jay and Baxter are going to go, and then they're going to start the final round. So, Jay, you can go and show your last two items, my friend, and tell stories. And then Baxter.
All right, so we'll start the fourth one with this is going to be a little bit of a showcase. As you saw from the poster, and if you followed our podcast throughout the years that we've been on, you know that I'm a big J. Scott Campbell fan. This being my favorite cover.
Oh, beautiful.
Renew Your Vows. I just love, how natural they kind of look and how playful they look, and how they got the little plushy tiger, because MJ calls him Tiger, of course.
Oh, I love it.
So, this is one of my favorite covers, if not the favorite cover of him. So I had, of course, to go out and get a little something.
Ooh, nice.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Another transparency from that production art. Again, not an original because, it's J. Scott Campbell. But, of course, I had to go get it because, again, it's one of my favorites. And then to complement it, I had to go with a little something on 3D. This sucker's heavy. Hopefully I can do a good job displaying it.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's so cool.
Wow.
I love that.
There's the little sideshow statue of that cover.
That's so sick, dude.
It's amazing.
So,
that is amazing.
That's your favorite cover that he did for Spider-Man?
yes, sir.
That was
of course, he has the 601, which is the, controversial because MJ and how she looks, and the one with Black Cat and how they're kissing, and, he's got a bunch of stuff. But this one I think portrays exactly what Spider-Man and MJ are.
Yeah.
So that's why it's one of my favorites. It's not too scandalous like 601. And I think it just reflects their marriage and their relationship really, really well. So,
amen, brother. Amen. It's cute.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Yep, it's cute.
Love it.
Yep.
Love it. All right, Baxter, take us home, buddy, for your final.
All right. So, I'm a professional wrestling fan, and AEW was in town on Wednesday, and so I decided to attend that. I got the VIP experience. So with that, you get front row seat, and you get to go early. You get to do a Q&A, and then there's a couple of meet and greets. And so that was a lot of fun. And they ended up giving everyone like a goodie bag with like different merch in it. And one of those items ended up being a comic book, which I was not expecting at all. But,
oh, sweet.
And it's like a friggin' massive comic book.
Wow.
It's like 11 by 17. And so this is definitely the biggest one in my collection. But it's a crossover event that they did with DC Comics. I don't really know what the story is totally about yet. Just I checked out the first couple of pages. I can tell it's like there's something to do with the multiverse championship, and they've got Excalibur and Booster Gold on commentary. So looking forward to reading it. But yeah, that was a unexpected addition to the collection this week. So,
dude, that's sick.
Super sick.
Yep. The last thing I have is a box.
Fragile.
Must be French.
Italian.
I know that box.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to open it on this show, but I do want to plug it because it's my first experience with sending my books in for work, and so I sent in a handful of books over to Jeff at Comic Spa, and then he did his magic, and I just got this box this week, so he'll be on our show in an upcoming episode. I know Jay is still waiting for one of his to get back, and then we'll have him on and do an unboxing.
I think I'm on with you guys on the 3rd, right? We're doing April 3rd.
Next Friday.
Next Friday, yeah. Check it out next Friday.
Yeah, next Friday.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So in that box, it's Tomb of Dracula #1 and ASM 39 and ASM 252. So
I like your style. Those are great books.
Talk dirty to me.
Yeah.
Too much Dracula. Oh, I can't wait. I'll definitely pay attention to that because anytime Jeff goes on a show, it's really fun to listen to him talk with people. But again, come hang out with the three of us next Friday. It's going to get bonkers. I'm sure it'll be fun. But Baxter, thank you, man.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, man.
Thank you. There you go.
Well, since people are pulling out their original art, I'm going to have to pull out my best original art. And it has to go with the very first comic book I bought with my own money. That would be Avengers Annual 10. I bought this off the rack back in the day. Don't believe what Go Collect. Do not believe the Go Collect propaganda. This is not the worst comic book cover of all time. Do not believe some YouTubers who hate Al Milgrom. His artwork makes some people vomit. That's not true. This is my house fire book. The house is on fire. I'm picking this up. But since this book means so much to me, I wanted to get some original art that goes with this. So what I did was I took this cover of this comic book and I copied it. And I left the panels blank. And when I went up to Terrificon to meet, other fellow YouTubers like M.O.N Comics, I got this created.
That's so cool.
Oh, very cool.
So in each of these panels, I had two artists work on these panels. I had Al Milgrom, who did the original cover, and Michael Golden, who did the artwork on the inside. So at Terrificon, I had Al Milgrom do this panel and Michael Golden do this panel. And then when I went to Heroes Con, I had Al Milgrom do this panel and Michael Golden do this one.
Unreal.
And Michael Golden happened to be at the South Alabama Con, and I said, hey, I can get him to finish off the bottom down here. So this is my piece of original artwork that I might.
I love it.
And what I did,
they liked working on that too.
Do what now?
I said I bet they really enjoyed working on something like that too.
Yeah, they did. They did like working on it. And what I did was I took this cover. This cover came off of something else, but I Frankensteined it into a facsimile of the comic book. So it's like a new rendition of the cover, and then you can see what the original cover looked like. So I took the staples out, put the staples back in, put it back together, a comic spa type situation. But my next piece of artwork I'm working on, original artwork, is I love Avengers number 221 with all the headshots. And so this is what I want to start taking around and get people to do headshots. My first headshot I had in there is Stephen Butler. Stephen Butler lives in Mississippi, so he's pretty close. And he was at my LCS, and I got him to do this one. What I hope to do is get Michael Golden to do an original Rogue, his version of Rogue right there. I'm going to get Al Milgrom to do Firestorm, since that's an original character for him. I know Ron Wilson is usually at cons. I'm going to get him to do a thing right here. And I would love, absolutely love to get an original Walt Simonson Thor.
Oh, yeah.
As well. Be awesome. So, that's in my mind. Those are the ones I know I can probably get to put in there. And I want to figure out who else is going to go in the other ones.
Hey, time out.
Cool.
Thanks to Raph, the Turtle Collector, for the super chat. That was very kind of you. This person has been commenting on my videos, and he says I know who he is, and he's like, all will be revealed soon. And I'm like, who the hell is Raphael, the Turtle Collector?
Who is it?
And some of you must know. Because Richard was like, well done, Raph, but like I don't know who this person is. They're just trolling me in a good way, and I love what I'm here for it. So thank you, Raph. Very nice of you. And Akins, your jam pieces, man. Like, that's just like a labor of love. That's awesome. And
it's almost like it's a souvenir of the places. I can look at this and then I can go, hey, I remember when I was at Terrificon with all the other YouTubers. Oh, I remember being at Heroes Con with all the other YouTubers. So you're right. Original art is expensive. And this was, an expensive piece, because each piece was, at least $100 to $200 each panel. But I feel like it was worth it. I would have spent that on a souvenir. And this is something that you like. It's a one of one. Nobody else has one of these, and I feel like it was worth it. Especially if I save up during the year and go, hey, this is when I'm going to get some original art, and have something like this other one that I can continue to carry around and add to as I go to each one of them. Find somebody new in there.
Working on it, Biggie. I'll reach out to everyone, get everyone cycled back through for sure.
I'm sorry that he didn't give more money because I was on the panel and my racket.
Oh, man.
Crack me up. Yeah, my ex-coach is on the panel. I'm sorry for everyone out there. James, what are you rounding us out with, buddy? Again,
a big boy page. So this won't be a spoiler for anybody that's watched the animated show. This page I feel is very special because there's a running gag in the book about the Mahler twins always, arguing over who was the original, and who's the clone and all of that. So this is after they end up all getting blown apart, and he is the final original Mahler twin until he clones another one of himself, and then the argument starts back up.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
What page? What
issue 24, page 20.
Wow.
Full splash page.
Banger splash page.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
And that's when Otley used to sign his name Wya, W-Y-A, because that's how his little nephew said Ryan. It was Wya.
That belongs in a museum.
That's a classic. Yes.
Oh my god, that was so good.
There's a bigger one on the other side of my monitor, but I know we're only supposed to show 5, and it is also a big spoiler for people. It hasn't happened on the show yet, so I don't know that I should.
Yeah, I'm trying to read the book before
I don't know that I should show that because it'll spoil a big plot part for
next
you.
time we have you on again. How about that?
Next time.
I've been able to have you on twice now, so I can say next time.
And I'm honored, brother.
It's all on this side of the table, dude. For sure. Okay, my last book. Matt knew this was coming. Probably a lot of people did, but back after the fire, I wasn't buying much. I'm still not. I'm really just kind of, waiting to see where it all lands before I start to try to rebuild a collection, decide where I want to go. I picked up some stuff, but Spro from Spro's Comics reached out. He's like, dude, I got this. And he showed me, and I'm like, it's just not the right time. But a couple days later, I ended up hitting him back, and I'm like, "Oh, let's try to negotiate here and see." And he came up with an estimated grade and a price, and he said he estimated it at 9.2. And I said, "Yeah, from the pictures you sent me, it's just pictures, but I feel comfortable with that." So we looked at comps and stuff, and we settled on a price. So I got it, and I really waffled over wanting to. We got some Banana Gate, fellas. Wanting to send it in.
No.
But I did because I've got the reprint that I can read. So I've got all issues of these now, 1 through wherever they're at, and it's like different variants and stuff that I found online. These are the only ones I really went to get back because it's not that like this hasn't, I think when the movie or show comes out, we'll see a little bump if people get into it, that maybe weren't into comics and don't like superheroes. But and then I sent it off to Matt. He's like, yeah, this looks nice, dude. I think it's a 9.2 and maybe we can get to a 9.4. And we fast tracked it because I have no patience. And all of a sudden I get this back of the day and he's like, tell me when you open it. And I was like, I'm not saving for review. I'm just opening it. So he ended up getting a 9.6.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Issue 1. I was very I would have been happy with the quoted 9.2, right? Like you do a comic book, someone quotes you a grade. If you get a grade, that's okay, cool. And he didn't charge me a slab price of a 9.2. And then Matt got his hands on it and just went to town. And his work, obviously speaks for itself. But just so honored to have. This is something that really has left a mark on me. Something Kill the Children, the story, and first appearance of Erica Slaughter. Guys, I think it is Banana though. I think we got some Banana Gate. Can you see it? Nah. Yeah, it's just books at the end of the day, but really cool. Really grateful for Matt for putting his all into it as he does every book. And I was this is one book I could say this is a 9.6. Like this makes sense. Like when you're trying to figure out CGC grading, like I see the couple things that would bring it down from a 9.10, let's say 10 or 9.9 to a 9.6. Let alone 9.8. There's spine ticks, but he crushed it, and I'm really grateful to actually own. First,
those color breaks are the only flaw left on that book, and short of me getting a Sharpie on it, there's nothing that can be done about those.
Yeah, corners were sharp on this. Corners were really razors, and the only way I would change this book is if I ever got a chance to get it signed by the creative team, but I don't even know if then. Because I don't know. I feel like I got lucky. So Something's Killing the Children, issue 1 in the collection. Thank you, Matt.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
That was a good handoff to Matt.
So my last one will tag team off of the previous McFarlane book. I've gotten to where I'm not going out getting a short box every time I go to a different comic book store in a different state or whatever I'm doing. I'm out of room. So I'm purging an awful lot of things that I have here. I want every book that I have on the wall, every book that's in the cabinets, and these cabinets over here, I want every book to have a story. I want it to be something that is special to me. It's not just something that got bought off of eBay. It needs to be, from a friend. It needs to be tied to two people that I care about. So what I ended up doing was over last year, Comics Curing Cancer, Nate over at Hall, he had a couple of McFarlane books, and I ended up grabbing pretty much everything he had, probably. But there was a Spider-Man #1 that was a silver book. It's the same one that you've seen a million times in your life. Had a little flaw on the bottom, but that was it. So I got it fixed up, and in talking with Jake, I ended up talking to him to say, hey, can I send this out to you? And if you ever have a chance to get it signed, could you do that? And he's like, absolutely, man, send it out. And that's what he was sending back to me when he sent the other book that was signed by Todd. But so I have one that's signed to me. The other one was signed to Impressed. And now I have this one that's signed directly to me from him.
Beautiful.
And so that's cool. That's one from Nate. This is a book that I'll hang on forever. And I've always liked this cover, and I've always liked the white signature. So I got lucky, and that's cool. This is going on the wall as well.
Super cool.
Yeah, that looks good
awesome.
too.
Yeah, it does.
Matt, I want to ask you, when you and Jeff were walking around MegaCon, did books just flatten as you walked by them, like magically, and like spine ticks ran for their lives?
And what's funny is me and Jeff. So we hooked up all day Thursday, went to MegaCon, and then Friday we ditched the con and we just hung out together and went to a couple of shops up north of Orlando. We realized at the end, and he even posted up on the YouTube page, that we never talked about books at all. We didn't talk about working on anything. We didn't talk. It was crazy. The whole 2 days passed, and we were just talking about life and talking about, this, that, and the other. And of course, we were looking at comic books, obviously, but we just forgot to talk shop the entire time. So that was
That's
fun.
awesome.
Not like you don't talk to him all the time, anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
Well done, Matt. Doug, I'm gonna let Doug go, and then Jay's gonna show one more thing. Jay requested to show one more thing. So, Doug Bakken, what do you got for your last one, buddy?
All right, last one. I did. I was on Valentine's Day. I was a guest of Rob and Chris on Only Slabs. So I did show this on their show, but I love it so much, I figured I would share it with all of you. And this is Daredevil #3. Watch me try to lose this glare here, but it's the Dutch version.
You and your
Nice.
foreign, isn't that weird? You and your foreign comics, man.
Hey, I mean, you know, they take a lot of liberties with the colors, and oftentimes foreign comics are different paper quality, so you don't either you lose a lot of the color or you don't lose as much. But this one looks really cool. But one thing that's awesome about it is front and back are the same.
Oh, cool.
But
crazy.
it's also issue 3 and 4 in this one book, so it is kind of like a square bound. But yeah, it's Dutch version, Daredevil #3, and so it's like a double key because it's first appearance of the Owl and first appearance of Purple Man in one binding. So
That's crazy.
Super
and then
cool.
of course, you know, you got Daredevil in red and black pajamas instead of yellow and maroon.
Where did you find
But
that?
so it's a seller, whatnot seller, and Instagram seller. I think he, if I remember correctly, he posted recently. I think he's closing up shop. Like I think he's liquidating everything. But it's Hotkey Comics was his name. I know Cheddar's bought stuff from him, and some other folks in the community that we're familiar with. But
Did you get your Australian man thing from him?
no, that came from a guy, Instagram seller AB Comic Swag.
Oh yeah,
AB
And that guy has all the foreign stuff.
Yeah.
And if you're not familiar and you're into foreign books, check out AB Comic Swag because he's got stuff.
Mike's getting
Yeah.
too.
He's got stuff.
Did you see the run that he had of Transformer 1 foreign books about a
Yeah,
month and a half
and
ago or so?
he did one post with all of those covers, and I immediately was like, well, any day now, the lottery would be great to win. Because I know some of those he was, I mean, in fairness, he prices them appropriately because some of those things are ghosts for sure. But I mean, I think one of them that he had, I was super interested in. It might have been Spain or maybe another Eastern European country. But the one that I was super interested in, I think his price tag on it was like $1,500. And I was like, yeah, that's a little much.
Yeah, no.
It may be a ghost, but it can.
Life for that one.
Yeah, it can stay a ghost at that price. That's fine.
Right. Well done, Doug. Well done, Jay. What's the last item you want to show, buddy, before we wrap things up here?
Well, real quick here. As you guys know, if you follow the channel, you know, I'm on the hunt for completing the Fantastic Four Volume 1 run. I am 5 issues away from the sub 100 and 17 away from the whole 416 issues. You know, the number 1 and number 5 are going to be a pain in the butt to get because it's number 1 and number 5. And for the longest time, I thought that as far as the number 2 went, I could only get as close as a page from that book. I got this from a live sale. You know, it was super cheap. It's just 1 page. And I'm like, why not? And then a couple of weeks ago, I had the chance to actually transform that page into
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Fantastic Four
Well done.
number 2.
Wow.
Shout out to Frank at Last Comics. He worked with me on a trade. If you want to see what I traded for this book, it's on our channel. But you know, he was great to work with. Gave me a great value for the books that I traded. Some of those kind of hurt because you know they're books that I loved. But at the same time, and like I was telling Max, some of those are modern books, like Batman 423, books that I can find again. And this is not one book you see every day out there in the wild. So awesome to work with. Big shout out to him. And that's why I wanted to share with fellow collectors that I know
Super
have
cool.
a love for this kind of thing. So
congrats, Jay.
Congrats,
man.
Thank
That's
you, thank
awesome.
you.
Huge grab.
Yeah.
Huge grab.
Definitely.
Thank you,
Well,
thank
gentlemen,
you. Thanks for
we're
having
opening
us.
on 2 hours. I think that was pretty successful. I've got a whole list of stuff I need to go buy while my wife is at her bachelorette party tonight. I hope she never watches my stuff, really. So, haha, honey. Guys, thanks again for making the time to come on and be
Thank you, buddy.
First Repeat Offenders Club. Keep me posted on all your stuff. I'll catch up on your channels when I can. Everyone who's watching this on the replay, please go in the description. You'll get a little bit of everything from these content creators here, from press and cleaning stuff, original artwork, drawing, history of comics, original creators. You'll get everything by watching these guys. So please, by all means, go sub them up and check out their shows. And we'll get ready for another Big Five Live. We might do another Repeat Offenders. I've had a couple people reach out and say I'd like to do that again. So it just makes it easy. Awesome. Guys, thank you all for coming on again tonight. I'll catch you backstage in a minute. Thanks to the chat for hanging out all night.
Thanks,
Raphael, I'm going to figure out who the hell you are. Let me know. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Until next time, keep reading those comics.
Later, guys.